You know, it's incredible because I remember I did taps and I, I wanted to, I wanted to make movies since I was 4 years old.
Oh,
Four, I remember, and
cute.
I traveled a lot and I loved movies. I just loved movies. I love stories, and I like telling people stories. And I used to do, write skits for my sisters and my mother to try to make them laugh. And it's kind of amazing to me. I remember making my first film and just thinking, I love this so much. Uh, I hope I get another chance to do it. And now here I am 35 years later. And when I made my first film, I never went to acting school or went to film school. I was lucky because when I was making this movie Taps, I would go to every single department and I would basically try to learn as much as I could from them, the cinematographer, every aspect of the movie making. And I would meet with writers and kind of figure out for myself and I realized what interests me in a story.
And do you
doing
think
that.
your prep is better now than 35 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been an athlete my whole life, and
You look
trained.
strong in this movie.
I had to be. I had to be. You have to be.
Yes, I know.
But I definitely my prep with things and my organization has gotten better over the years. Normally, what I'm doing is I'm shooting a movie and I'm prepping my next film. So my time is that I work very long hours. So I have to be very specific about it.
And how hard is to reinvent yourself all the time?
It's not. I don't try to. I'm not thinking of reinventing something. I'm looking for a story. I realize I live a very privileged life. I dreamed as a kid to travel the world and go to different cultures and work in those cultures. That's why I make Mission Impossible, because I get to go make a movie in another country with the people in that country, and then I get to show the world, that country and what I find beautiful about that country. And those are the things that in a movie I want to see. I want to be transported, and I think that's what I love doing.
And can you see yourself in Ethan Hunt? In any aspect?
I think there's definite things in terms of persistence. I enjoy. I mean, the great thing about movies also is that I learn something every time I do it. And I've been riding motorcycles since I was 12 years old, and I've raced cars. I'm a pilot. I'm an aerobatic pilot. So there are things that I enjoy. And when I started Mission Impossible, it was stuff that I wanted to have real action in a movie and be able to put a camera in a place where I'm in the story and tell the story. And for me, it's always character and story structure. And I love Mission Impossible movies because as a producer, this is the 5th mission that I've produced. I've produced about, 40 movies. But story-wise, they're very challenging. It looks very simple, but there's so many pieces to it, and it has to be perfect. And so I enjoy that challenge every time going out. It's
Are you
fun.
this kind of guy that needs adrenaline to live? Or only it's happen?
I do it because I want to entertain an audience, and I think that if I guess now people can look back 35 years at my movies and see I've given everything I have to try and entertain an audience in any genre of film that I've approached, and that's what interests me. And it's something that I picture what that shot is, and hopefully to entertain that audience, and that's what interests me.
You are flying.
On the
Outside,
A400,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
That was very intense.
What was your feeling at the
It
time?
was very intense. It was very intense. I mean, we worked on the scene for a long time to figure out how to do it, because that airplane was a brand new airplane. Just to figure out where the camera position is, the speed, and I wanted the angle of the airplane to go up because I wanted my feet to be against the fuselage of the airplane. And I had contacts in my eyes. Of course, we were very aware but very cautious about any kind of particle or a bird, because if I got bird strikes, because once I got on the plane, I got on the plane, and then they started the engines. And then we started taxiing and take off. And if anything happened, they had to land and stop the airplane to get me. But it was, when they started going, it was like, oh, geez, this is intense. It's very intense.
Great.
It's very intense.
Chris, the director, told me that he learned with you that nothing is impossible. Is it true?
Yes, I believe that. And particularly even working with Chris, we've made so many movies together, and I have such admiration for him. He's an extraordinary filmmaker, an extraordinary writer, and I feel inspired when I work with him.
And what is your secret? Everybody want to know. Because you are working, we are seeing you 35 years, but you look the same, but actually you look better.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
Why? How?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. But thank you.